Every year around the same time, we get to the same point and similar sentiment about the game. This begs the question, if we got a DLC instead of Modern Warfare 3 and it had all the same changes, would people be tired of the game faster than the idea of having a new game rather than an expansion? This is the yearly Call of Duty cycle. I think it would have been worse for marketing efforts to drop a DLC, and they would have made less money off the fact that Modern Warfare 2 rubbed a lot of players the wrong way with the mechanical changes they made to movement and gunplay. Modern Warfare 3 was the opportunity for a fresh start. All the stigma attached to Modern Warfare 2 was able to be wiped clean. Maybe not for everybody, but for Call of Duty longtime fans it usually works. Call of Duty players tend to be into Treyarch games or Infinity Ward games since they usually have vastly different design decisions, with Treyarch usually being more arcade style and Infinity Ward being more based off reality. You know, reality like cybercats, a guy running around with the flaming skull, bulletproof shields that turn you into a turtle. If a DLC released in November for $70 and we had all the same content as Modern Warfare 3, it would be considered overpriced. If it was $40, I think many would buy it, but people would still complain, whereas the idea of new just stands out so much more. Everybody wants the new thing. You got idiots on the internet tweeting things like, "Imagine having an iPhone 13 in 2024. Probably from a phone they're leasing or that's paid for by somebody else. They don't care if the phone's only 10% better than last year's, nor do they even fully know all the features of their phone or what the options are on the market. This is like the typical Call of Duty fan. Call of Duty is the iPhone. It's the safe bet for somebody who's maybe less technically advanced than a Rainbow Six Siege player or a more tactical, less handheld game that may be considered slower paced and thus less fun. Even for me, this is why I don't like Battle Royale and I like Ground War. I like shooting at multiple targets and doing it often. Call of Duty offers that, but not on every mode, and certain map designs clearly don't want somebody like me to run around and have fun my way because it requires other players to die. Little bit of a tangent, but I'm trying to prove a point that without a yearly release, the Call of Duty cycle would shorten and people would be sick of it way faster. Despite Warzone staying on the same map for X amount of time, new games offer new weapons to grind and new metas, new camos, and more time to sink in. And a clean slate, as I've previously stated on top of that. Warzone has more of a sandbox, nothing happens the same twice feel compared to normal multiplayer. That is until you play a certain amount and notice patterns of how people play and the way certain power positions as well as the certain meta kicks in, and everybody's using the same gun because in order to compete you have to. You gotta have that similar time to kill. A lot of these things would be less effective and immersive if the game wasn't coming out yearly. As bad as it sounds, as much as I'd want to save money, I think Call of Duty would fall off without yearly releases. They would simply under-deliver content. I think partially the fan base has been conditioned to accept yearly releases just like Madden or 2K despite the ability to update rosters. I think this is something in general we've grown to accept, whether it's various subscription-based things, to thinking of music as a free thing due to streaming services. When's the last time you paid $10 for a single album? Times are changing and the business models are as well. The only thing that's clear is you better have your money ready. This brings me to my next point, which is Call of Duty is seeming to have a shorter lifespan each year. It seems like the next game gets announced earlier and earlier, as well as people just getting tired way quicker. The game goes on sale sooner than ever before, potentially because they know they can make the money back from a single $30 Battle Pass sale. It's actually insane there's a demand for this, but if you only play this one game, you can justify investing $200 or more every year into the game. That clearly wants your money but doesn't care about your opinions. Another big difference between this year and previous years is the majority of the player content is recycled. Majority of the maps have already been created, so this is lazy development during crunch time to put a product out within a window. The Ground War maps are pieces of the Warzone map and there's only 3 of them. At this point it won't surprise me if they've secretly just decided to cancel the mode because it's less popular, thus can't be manipulated as much with matchmaking, and also has players from all over the world in the servers, which may or may not cause more load on a server if they have to do more lag compensation in the background to try to balance out various ping ranges. You could technically say a free-to-play player has more map than somebody who paid the $70 game if they only like certain modes and dislike Warzone. I don't think it's helping either. The game just feels inorganic on 6v6 multiplayer, but that's another video where I've already spoken on that. People are becoming less and less drawn in by nostalgia as the game continues to beat us over the head with remember that's. Even the extent of selling a Hans Zimmer audio pack for $20 if you want some old school nostalgia from Modern Warfare 2. I remember the funny thing about that is it actually stopped working for a certain period of time. I've actually had bundles I've bought where they had some type of ADS glitch or some stupid shit. It's like I just paid $10 for this piece of shit and it doesn't even work. If you're not happy with the state of the game, stop buying cosmetics and in-game content. I know I'm guilty of that myself, but I'm truly going to stop it. I'm going to stop justifying things. I think I've spent maybe $20 or something over the course of this game when I've seen something that I just thought was really cool, but it's like, it's not content. It's not going to make the game any more fun. It's not going to make them listen to me anymore. And me opting out from buying it doesn't change anything. It's going to take more than just me. It's going to take many people. It's going to take people stopping buying the Black Cell. You know, it's at the top of the Steam charts every season. People are spending $30. That could be like 2 meals or 1 meal with them and their significant other. I mean, unless, you know, she's got a problem with Applebee's. Maybe you got the girlfriend who eats 60 oysters in one sitting before the food's even gotten to the table. Maybe that's you, but for all of the rest of us, I can say our money could probably be used better elsewhere. As much as Call of Duty's fun and it's just a game and all these other things, a lot of people take it way more seriously than just a game. In my opinion, I just see so much untapped potential and so much left on the table, and it's disappointing. It's like a father. I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. And, you know, I want to walk away from the game, but X-Defiant isn't out yet. There's a certain selfish, brainless, all aim, no brain type of thing that goes on with Call of Duty that no other game is currently offering. Whether the other games require more teamwork and communication, or simply require you to play with a squad of friends to not get stomped on. Call of Duty offers this individualistic approach to first-person shooter games that almost no other game offers, and that's the reason why they have people hook, line, and sinker.
Damn, that shit was